Hey, motherfuckers. Welcome to the No Filter Podcast, special edition shit. Told y'all we was gonna hit y'all with some special edition. We didn't exclude nobody per se in particular, kind of, but not really. As you see, Good Vinicus is here. Uh King Mookie's here. I am Mr. Big Loose, the one and only. Piss on your enemies' graves because it waters the flower. That's how I feel about it.
Good
Um,
God.
yeah. So this this is going to be an interesting one, right? So just so everybody is prepared and everybody fully understands, the topic is a topic that we don't necessarily have. On one half of the topic, we have zero vested interest in as men because we choose not to have a vested interest in said topic, and that's the right to choose for a woman. Like do what you do if that is your decision. However, um, the way the topic is framed, it will sound like we give a fuck. But well, I speak for myself. It may sound like I give a fuck. I don't. Do what you do. It's up to you. It's your choice. Mook, would you like me to actually introduce the topic, or would you like to actually give some backstory on why we are addressing this without personally naming anyone and throwing somebody under the bus?
All right, you go ahead then. Go ahead then. Go ahead.
Oh man.
Go ahead then.
So a conversation was held. Um, this does not directly pertain to us. First and foremost, let me clear the air and say that this is not anyone that's not what this is. But the conversation is a woman's right to choose. And with that right to choose, she can go have the procedure done and terminate a pregnancy at her leisure and use that as an effective and efficient means of birth control if she so desires. I'm not here to judge you morally. I'm not here to paint any pictures other than that, because that is what I truly believe. Like, you ultimately have the option to terminate a pregnancy at your fucking discretion. Nobody else should be involved in that fucking process. However, the conversation took a turn. And the conversation was, well, are you going to tell dude? And Shorty's response was no. Oh, okay. But if you decided to keep this child, you would rightfully expect him to support you and this child. Well, of course. And now we have a problem. Now we are in a pickle because it seems to be what's good for the gander is not good for the goose, and that is not going to work. So we
Not a
will have
pickle.
a conversation um about that and how that should work and why is this a fucking thing. Like, if if I get you pregnant and I say I want this child, you don't have to do shit. I just need you to carry this baby for me for the 9 months, 10 months that you need to, and I will get your prenatals and I'll take you to the fucking doctor's appointments and I'll be happy with the ultrasound, and me and my homies will all get around and we'll have a party and we'll release the balloons and the fucking dust will come out that'll be pink or blue or whatever the fuck we're doing. And this is what I need from you. You can actually be like, yeah, no, fuck you, and I'm getting rid of this motherfucker. And that's your right. It most certainly is. Let me keep harping on the point that that is your fucking right. But what women are seeming to say in this part of the fucking dialogue is, I'm telling you, we was just fucking. This was an accident like a motherfucker. You know goddamn well we wasn't gonna be together. We wasn't trying to be together. Even if we was trying to be together, we wasn't trying to have no fucking babies. You pop up pregnant. You telling me that now I got to pay. You think you get to run me through the ringer, and therein lies the problem. Fellas, feel free to kick in whenever y'all so desire.
My thing is this. All right, this is my whole thing about it, and I'm not going to keep harping on your choice because it's your choice. So whatever I say, automatically know that this is not what this discussion is about. That's irrelevant. My issue is you have the choice to not be a mother if you so choose to. Okay. And you don't even have to tell the guy that you are making this choice. He has no right, no say so. Cool. But when you flip that coin and that guy says, I don't want to be a father, you don't give a shit. That's my issue. That is my whole argument with everything, is that I have to be a father, even though I may not be ready. I may not want to. I may have stuff that I want to do. But here you are. Oh, no, you're going to be because I want to. What the fuck? What? Why can't I opt out? Why can't I have that right? You can already go do what you do.
Don't start beating on the microphone.
It's my bad. I'm sorry. You can go do what you do. Not say nothing to nobody. Not even have to give a fucking notice. Don't have to ask him how he feels about it. Boom, you out the door. It's over. And that man has to deal with that. But if I say, no, you know what? I don't think I want to do this. I'm not ready. Oh, you finna get ready. Oh, you about to get ready today. What? Well, no, that's not fair. I don't give a fuck. Life ain't fair. Well, wait a pause. Okay, what fuck? I want somebody to make that shit make sense to me. It just doesn't. And I don't understand how anybody can say that that's right on any level. At any point. I don't know. Help me. Let
me also add the caveat to whoever may hear this. We are not attempting to push no political agenda one way or the other. Not trying to sway the minds of anyone, not trying to push nobody's morality in one direction or the other. The conversation simply is about, if the bitch can opt out, why can't the dude?
That's it.
That's really the question.
That's
like it. Everything else is like all the politics involved in it, all that extra shit. We not talking about none of that.
No.
That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother fucking arena. That is not what we on. We just curious and we're gonna discuss like what from a male's perspective, because we're all men in this room right now. So we heard.
Exactly, and it's like
y'all bitches is crazy.
And I'm not, like you said, like I'm not even trying to start no shit. I'm not even trying to get, like you said, I ain't trying to go down no road. I ain't trying to say nobody is good or bad or work. None of that shit is on the table. I am simply saying, how can one person do it and the other person can't? That is my whole goal. That's it. Nothing else. I want answers for that. I should be able to.
I tell you, we're not gonna get no answers though. I'm aware we're not gonna get no answers.
I'm gonna get an answer. Somebody's gonna answer.
Listen, these bros can't even answer what they want for fucking lunch.
That's why I'm thinking about starting a restaurant called I Don't Know.
Oh my god!
So that listen, ladies. We're not getting no fucking answers. We just want y'all to.
Oh, I got an answer.
To think to yourselves. Y'all don't have to have this conversation with the dude. You just think to yourself before you decide to make either decision. You know, is it okay to get knocked up and not tell cuz that you pregnant with his child and then you go terminate the pregnancy? Because that is your right. But when the conversation is being held, and literally, so the hypothetical of the conversation is really what the special event is about. It's not about the actual thing, because in the scenario, Shorty is pregnant, Shorty is going to terminate said pregnancy, Shorty is choosing not to tell dude. So the hypothetical was simply posed, hey, if the shoe was on the other foot, how would that work? And to that, her response was, fuck you. You can put your hand down, Vinny. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Well, I figured, you was on a small rant that you get on. So, and I liked it, so I was letting you go. But in this instance, what needs to be said is it really has to do with fathers' rights once again. And as we all know, in every state and in every system in this country, fathers have no rights. We have none. I could have a son or a daughter out there right now who I know nothing about that could be 15 years old. And that bitch can take me to court and sue me for 15 years of child support, and she will win, even though she didn't tell me that she was pregnant. That I have no idea.
She could try that.
No,
but
I think she would win, and especially in North Carolina.
she wouldn't get the full 15 years. It would be the date in which she attempted to establish paternity.
But even still, even to that effect,
Yeah, it's still, what you're
still,
saying is true.
yeah.
It's problematic,
Yeah.
to say the least. I mean, like, take it from a motherfucker who played that fucking game in that system for quite some time. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh no, it's fair and equal and cool. No, I'm not saying that at all. Y'all bitches is foul, and I'm a firm believer in y'all just being y'all. There's not a broad who can convince me otherwise at all. It ain't possible, especially in regards to the rights thing. Like, so much so you speak of father's rights, right? So you could be the father of a child, right? You fucking with some married bride, you fucking knock the lining out of her shit, get her pregnant, she's still married to her husband. Guess whose kid that is?
Her husband's.
Yeah.
Legally, exactly.
Because I don't know you, bitch.
And that's how the shit's going. No, that's how it's going to play out in court.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And that's exactly what I'm saying. I don't know you, bitch. Period.
No. Listen, in this case, I'm saying you want rights to your child. However, think about that. See, we're listen. I'm not always the bad guy here. I'm saying you was fucking shorty. Shit was moving smooth. Her husband was wherever he was, doing whatever he was doing. They was on the outs, whatever. You knock it down. Shorty get pregnant. She's staying at the crib. He's staying at the crib. He moved out, whatever. She's still married when she has that kid. That kid is her husband. Legally. Her husband would have to literally remove his parental rights to the child that's not his to give you yours. Because you would have no say-so and nothing.
Wild. It's wild. I mean, it's wild, man. Like I don't even know. The shit is crazy. Like there's literally no justice for dudes when it comes to kids. It's really not. It's
well, I don't require justice. I just me. You know how I'm about it.
But
hey, long as at the end of the day, I look you in the face and tell you what the fuck actually happened, it's all good.
Yeah.
I ain't really sweating nothing else in regards to that.
And you're right. And at the end of because really, literally, they're the only people you have to answer to when it's all said and done at the end of the day. But however,
and you don't even have to like what I tell you.
Exactly. You can literally
you can still be mad about it.
Yeah, like I tell them all the time, hate is still an emotion. I can deal with hate. I could deal with you being mad. I could deal with you not liking me. All that shit is fine. Nothing? You feeling nothing? That's a different ball game right there.
I'm not even on that. So like we grew up how we grew up. It is what it is, right? Let me just say, like, we grew up how we grew up. I ain't looking for no fucking pity party, no shit like that.
Right.
The reality of the situation is, in theory, the cycle is broken because we have granted something we didn't have, the ability to answer and ask the question. And that's the reality of the situation. Like, so whatever the circumstances was, whatever the terms was, that that's all well and fine. Like at the end of the day, I didn't have the opportunity to ask a motherfucker shit. Not and at this point, I mean, by the time that I was fucking, had kids, I was like, I don't want the opportunity to ask you shit. Like, nigga, if I see you again, it's gonna be a real problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a real fucking problem. However, at the end of the day, the fact remains, we are here, we are available. The questions can be asked and answered. Like I said, you ain't never got to like the answer. That shit don't mean a motherfucking thing. Like at the end of the day, I hope you never have to experience the fuckery that came with my world. However, I'm available at your discretion. That's how that works. But when it comes to like dudes not having the right to deal with the situation how we see fit, like that shit is crazy. And obviously I'm gonna turn the corner and start talking like not craziness, but child support and how that works. But we want to have Vinny's input on the initial part of the topic.
Which is ask a question again, because you went all sorts of places and
Well, it's all the same
hold
place.
on. Let me finish what I'm saying, man. Damn. I just want you to go over what you actually want me to have an opinion on first, because I'm really feeling like it's the weekend and I want to jump right the fuck out the window. So let's go.
Oh, jump out the window. I mean, how do you feel about bitches having the ability to forcibly put a kid on you?
That's
That's
some foul shit. It really is.
Let me. So there's a case, right? It's a northern case. Old boy was moving and shaking, doing whatever he was doing. Shorty put a kid on him because has lost his job, been to jail multiple times, has paid child support. When the paternity test came back, the kid wasn't his, but the state did not enact the necessary things fast enough, so he was still accruing child support payment.
Yep.
You bitches is out of y'all mind. Like, that's kind of why I wanted to go down the child support road, because at the end of the day, like, so dude didn't have a kid, and he has been to jail behind said child and lost his job behind said child because he was some type of truck driver. So they took his fucking CDL because he was incarcerated and couldn't perform. So now he has no job. Like, come on, man, y'all motherfuckers is playing with me. Like, you got to be shitting me right now. Like, this kid ain't his. Like, he literally finally got the paternity test. And look, the shorty was in court and was like, yeah, no, I knew it wasn't his kid, but he was a good dude, so I put it on him.
Oh, hell to the no. Sorry. I know I sounded a little.
No, it's all good.
Nah, I can't, like, this is the problem I have with this shit. Like,
that's what she said. Like, it's actual news report. Like, I was going to put the clip on here, but I just let it go. But that was her stance. I knew the child wasn't his, but because he was doing well for himself, I put it on him.
I felt that in my soul.
Like, that was one of them ones I wanted to hit somebody up and be like, well, did dude even fuck? Like, because at this point, like Shorty said, like, I know the kid ain't his. I put it on him because he was doing the right thing. He out here making his money. I knew they was going to bang him for child support, blah, 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 blah. And that shit went on for a few years. Like, he lost his job, opportunities. Do you know the shit that come with that? Do you know the shit that come with being considered the deadbeat? Like, he's probably trying to have another relationship. He bumped into a shorty and she's like, yo, so why your money short? Oh, because they banging me for child support. I thought you said you didn't have no kids, nigga. I don't. Well, how the fuck you paying child support? Ain't nobody gonna believe that fucking story. Ain't nobody fucking go. Fuck her. My homeboy fucked her, and my homeboy's fucking crazy, and he's wild as fuck. But because that was my homeboy, and she knew my name and my information, when she went down to child support, she did it. I was out of town as a truck driver because I drive around the country. The judge came back with the fact that I wasn't there. I didn't have representation. So boom, the kid's mine by default. And now that the kid's mine by default, I have to get a lawyer and pay lawyer fees and do all types of other shit to get out of this. And this process took 5 years. Over this 5 years, I've lost my job. I've lost my CDL. I've lost my ability to make my fucking money. I also went into arrears based on the fact that they hit me for a particular price that I couldn't afford once I lost my CDL. So I have to go to jail. You bitches is crazy, man. Like, like, yo, this shit is crazy to me. This shit is crazy. Like, breathe, Moot. No, breathe, nigga, breathe. Yeah, take deep breaths.
I
I just keep getting more and more pissed. Is what
I feel like any bitch that do that shit, I feel like they should go to jail. I feel like that should be the fucking like you need to go to jail for a minimum of 5 years, maybe.
Well, it's
10.
fraud. It's fraud.
I feel like there's no reason why they should. I want you to go into the prison like I seen on Oz. Like that's the kind of prison I want you to go to. I want your life to end.
Okay, you rappering now. Get off the microphone. Relax, bro.
I'm sorry.
Because you holding the mic like you about to start spitting a verse. Nigga, relax, bro. We just having a
we not this turned it. Look, my conversation, I was calm. I was cool. I was able to. Now you start lying. You start putting kids on motherfuckers that's not theirs. You locking motherfuckers up for. And then you bring your bald headed ass into the courtroom and say that you knew it wasn't his.
Let me say this, right? I'm not letting no bitch off the hook. So what Shorty did was extreme. This is a fact. I'm not, but fuck her. Because even in her saying I knew it wasn't his, if that's gonna be the out that the bitch who ran somebody else through the mud says, well, I didn't do that part. No, I'm not granting you that either. Like that, because you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, if a bride listening to the story, she's like, oh, I did that, but I didn't do that. No, bitch, you still foul. Like you know, dude trying to do the right thing. He's trying to do everything he said he was going to do. You know his income and what the fuck you said the income was. You go to court and you knock his shit out of the park. And then what? And then you act crazy and be like, well, you can't see your kids because I want this. Like, no, bitch, I pay you child support. Like, I'm not giving you nothing else. You're crazy. Like, I work for this check and you get part of it. I'm not giving you nothing else. And then you're the bad guy because, quote unquote, you don't do nothing. See, that's a problem. And that shit touches your credit report. And it fucks your credit up. Everybody's on pause. Yeah.
I know, because I was going to say, like, I heard what you said.
Yeah.
I don't want there to be no misunderstanding in what I said. Like,
oh, Shorty's a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But other women who don't even lie about it. I'm not even saying you have to lie. I'm saying that if you really get pregnant by a dude and dude really say, look, I don't want nothing to do with this. Like you was a jump off. I tapped you out. Shit is cool. You got pregnant. I mean, it is what it is. And it's unfortunate, right? It is really unfortunate. But at the end of the day, the same reasons you have to terminate are the same reasons he's saying, like, look, I'm not ready. I don't want to be with you. I knew we wasn't going to be together. We was just fucking. I'm not in a position to do this. I already have other children. I don't have the next, like, whatever his reasons are just his reasons for not wanting to be there are just as valid as your reasons for wanting to terminate.
Thank you.
However, you're putting him in a situation where you're now about to run him through the ringer, like dude just got ran through the ringer. The only difference is it's actually this person's child. And bitches will be like, oh, well, no, but it's his responsibility. No, bitch, it's your responsibility. Like, you require a home. Like if you didn't have a kid, you'd have to live somewhere. How were you going to afford that? Get a job.
See, that's what we're really talking about. What we're really talking about is not the fact that the woman can put it on the dude. It's the fact that the woman puts it on the dude and then uses the money for the child to live. That's my issue. My issue is not the fact that a father is required to pay child support. I don't care about that. You did the dance, you got to pay for it. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm with that. Okay. I know that there are differing opinions on that. I don't give a fuck. My problem is if you have the gumption to say, I want to keep this baby, and the father says, well, I don't want it, and you go after him and you don't have a job and you're living off the government, which that's a whole other story. But if that's what you're doing and you're living off of this dude and you ruined his life because he can't afford to do anything, what the fuck? That's some of the most foul shit on the planet.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say so. My official stance. So okay, let me throw this caveat. My official stance on child support, right? So you're an adult, he's an adult. Y'all both fucked. A child comes from this. If you want to take me to court for child support, whatever you want me to pay, you should pay the equal amount into a trust, and that trust requires permission to touch. And I'm okay with that. Other than that, I'm not okay with the misappropriation of my funds. Period. I don't give a fuck what the circumstances are either.
And a misappropriation of your funds is legitimately the understatement of the motherfucking century.
Well, I'm not finna split hairs and go down that road. That's not because it really is splitting hairs. On one hand, I've had conversations and like, oh, well, you know, the kids need a place to live. Yeah, you need a place to live because you can send me my kid. like we're not gonna play that game. And because you're not welcome here, you would be the homeless bitch and the kids would be fine. But so we're gonna bang me and we're gonna rake me over the coals. Cool, bet. All right, because that's what you're saying. You literally said, I don't care, dude got to pay what he's owed. The problem is what he's owed, who does he owe it to? You see, like your conversation, you can't adopt that stance because you have to really understand what the system is. Because the system isn't really designed for the betterment of the child. Like for a bitch to get fucking WIC and medical and fucking housing vouchers, fucking cash assistance. In some states, they make you sue the fucking father. Period. Point blank across the board. Okay, cool, bet. But I'm saying I don't give a fuck about that. How about both of us work? If you say you need $600 a month for this child to live, then you should also put $600 a month inside this trust. So now that child is getting $1,200 a month. And when you need to spend money for the child, you need to stand in front of a hearing officer and substantiate why you need that money. That's my stance. And I know it's fucked up.
It's never going to happen either.
Yeah.
The courts.
I know it's fucked up.
The courts wouldn't allow it to do it because it would cost. They would claim that it costs too much money.
No, they wouldn't.
You
know how much money they spend locking motherfuckers up for arbitrary shit involving child support? Listen, I sat in court and listened to a man and a woman who reconciled, who had a child that had aged out of child support, but they both owed arrears. He was going to pay her child support that she owed him with a check. The DA literally told him, by the time it processes through the system and comes back to you after it goes from her to the court to the child support office and come back to you, you will be in default and we will arrest you next month.
Make that shit make sense.
They don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. So my shit is infinitely more feasible and less of a cost to the taxpayers than that shit. Because that literally got said to someone. Like you have a settlement check in hand to pay her. Y'all are reconciled. Y'all were married. Y'all got divorced. Child support was owed. Y'all both had custody. So when he had the girl, she had to pay child support. When she had the girl, he had to pay child support. They have amassed a large amount of child support in arrears. The problem was when he comes with the check and says, I'm going to pay her child support right now, today, in total. They literally told him, you can do that. But once you pay it, it has to process through this office, through the courts, go up to the fucking state, process through that. By the time you receive payment, you will be in default, and we are going to arrest you next month. Man, you motherfuckers is playing with me. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. So that's what child support is. We're not gonna play like child support is anything other than that, which is why my issue is my issue. Like, bitch, you need a place to live. I need a place to live. I pay my rent. I pay whatever I pay. You need to pay your rent too. You chose to keep the kids. Then that extra couple dollars is on you. That's not on me, because you can gladly send me the kids and you can move to a studio apartment, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you do.
That point right there, that right there, what he just said. Like, you can easily, but you choose not to.
And typically the question, so I'm about to go, look, I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole, but typically the question is some shit like, so who you gonna get to keep the kids? Why you worry about who? Like, if I ain't with you no more, the bitch I'm with is going, well, I ain't letting no other bitch watch my kids. So basically you, other niggas can be around the kids. You can pay a stranger at daycare to watch the kids, but you're not cool with the bitch I'm actually fucking that I live with? Man, bitch, you sound fucking stupid. All of these things are what's happening because, listen, number one, if the nigga don't want no kid, don't put the kid on. Just figure it out. Whatever you got to do, figure it out. Because just figure it out. It's just nothing but, look, we didn't do nothing but create more questions.
Look, real shit. As much as we tried not to, we still ended up going down a rabbit hole because it was nothing like it's nothing you can. Because everything leads to a different question. Everything leads to something else. Everything leads to this. Everything.
No. This is what it leads to. How about this? Listen, if you want a child, be prepared to take care of the child.
Stop that, D. Stop it. Shut up. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't be that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't make sense. You're weird.
You right.
You're weird.
I don't know. That just shit is funny to me, man.
Common sense is not a common virtue.
Yeah, this shit funny. It's just an interesting little thing to go over. Like we're not even gonna go over the time. Look how fire is that, right? Because this shit is over. This shit is done. Y'all got content, right? There's no venom to be spewed. There is simply, listen, like dudes, pay attention, be cognizant, and be aware of the type of bitch you fucking, because you may not think she's this person, and she is not this person while you are fucking her, while y'all are free, and it's all love. When she get pregnant and the kid pop into the situation, all of these things come into question. And if you don't have the answers for these questions, you can possibly be that motherfucker ready to pay her child support 20 years later, and they're still going to arrest you regardless. Y'all done reconcile, and they still about to fucking take your ass to jail. Or you could be the motherfucker who you got some pussy and she fucking 4 other motherfuckers, and she's like, oh no, I'm positive the kid is yours, and it's not. It's not.
And not only like, sorry, I just wanted to interject to get my word in before we cut out. Not only that, but if you're aware of the health issues that could come with fucking without a condom anyway, all right, like that's dangerous in itself. But if you out here and you fucking bitches without a condom, I need you to go and research your state's general statutes on father's rights and find out how bad it's really gonna be because you didn't go buy some condoms, because you didn't spend 75 cents at a damn gas station bathroom.
I'm saying don't fuck that hoe. Listen, fellas, I'm telling y'all, don't fuck these broads. These broads is fucking crazy. These broads, they're loose cannons. They're not reliable. The shit is dangerous
They ain't shit.
as fuck. Like you have no idea. She'll be sweet 1 minute. Everything will be wonderful when you make her feel good. But bitches is all about hypergamy. They will see the next best thing and they will get a hair up their ass and say, yo, you treat me like shit now. And I don't want this and I don't want that. And I don't like how you did this and I don't like how you did that. Like, I know you're giving me everything I ever wanted, but it's not the way I asked for it. What? What the fuck? You know what? Bet.
Yep.
Bet.
My thing is, before you decide that you want to opt out of being a mother, talk to that man, because that man, I can only speak for myself. I take my kid. You ain't never got to see that motherfucker. Ever.
Sure.
And I'll never bother you. I'll never contact your ass. I'm that motherfucker.
Listen, bitch, the problem is you, not the kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I will fucking look before you do anything.
I love little me.
Cosign.
It's you that I have a problem with.
Like, fuck out of here. Before you do anything,
yeah,
you come out at me.
Me and little me, we gun ho. It's me and you that I don't fuck with you.
Right.
And you don't get to dictate none of that.
Facts.
So you may feel like you could dictate it because you got the kid, because that they typically know that's the only real way to hurt a motherfucker is to do something to the kid.
Oh my God.
Once we're not together, I don't give a fuck about you. So, but yeah. Anyway, this has been the special event. It's been real. We'll be back with more special events. They'll be more exciting than this. They're not gonna be this shit. Because this was just a depressing ass topic.
Yeah, this was it. I didn't really see it going this way, but it really got bad. It went downhill real quick.
Like, follow, subscribe.
No shit. You know where we at? YouTube. You got it.